Hey Dan, I am sitting here on the couch. I'm watching your beloved, you can see it right there, Cowboys play football on Sunday Night Football. And I thought, man, I gotta make a video. So most of this video is going to be interspersed with scenes from the theater and also part of the first rehearsal, but I'm just going to keep talking over it. The first scenes that you're seeing are actually really interesting because this is the theater. It's the Masonic Temple, which dates, 100, 120 years old, and it's really, really a cool building. I would like for you to see it someday. But as I'm showing you around the building, you can see all different sort of Masonic motifs inside this building. This is it's still an active, one of their active temples where they hold their meetings. But it's funny because it's so far removed from our experiences now and what's normal, or what we consider normal. I think the only time we see Masons is when they're driving their little go-karts in parades, which is odd in itself. But anyway, one of the cool things about this this theater, which is actually fairly common with most Masonic temples and Masonic theaters, is that they have all of these drops that you'll be able to see them on video here. I don't know if it's now or later, but anyway, all these different drops, 102 of them that come down in their various scenes, painted scenes, some of hell, some of Oriental Gardens, some of this, some of that. I mean, it's really cool. These old lights, these old lighting, these old dimmers, really cool stuff. So anyway, that's what I'm showing you. But one thing that I did want to quickly share with you was this. Can you read that? It's deer found watching TV on a couch. This is from our daily news this month. A deer named Bubba prompted several calls to deputies Saturday after he pushed over a 2-year-old and scared Elba, Minnesota trick-or-treaters, only to be found sitting on a man's couch and watching TV. No one was injured during the deer's Halloween ruckus. The 6-month-old buck, adorned with an orange scarf and a sign that reads, "Hi, my name is Bubba. Please don't shoot me," had been fed by Gary Thalen, said Chief Deputy blah 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 blah. Deputies first got wind of Bubba shortly after noon Saturday when an Elba mother, what the hell's an Elba mother? When an Elba mother reported the buck had knocked over her 2-year-old child. The deer came from behind, leaving a muddy hoofprint on the child's back. I gotta say, this does kind of remind you of that song we sang during Christmas time in Monsieur Snyder's class, doesn't it? The woman knew the deer from its sign and bandana and said a man in town had been feeding it. Deputies couldn't find the deer, but soon heard of its further exploits. More calls came in at about 6 p.m. when deputies were dispatched back to Elba for a deer harassing trick-or-treaters. A man said he and his small son were charged by the deer with the bandana. Deputies and a Minnesota conservation officer then went to Thalen's house. When they went inside, they found Thalen and Bubba sitting on the couch watching TV. Thalen told deputies he had been feeding the wild deer since it was a fawn and had put the sign on him. What became of the deer remains a mystery. Messages left Monday for Thalen and the conservation officer who was dispatched to Elba were not returned. Messages left with Bubba were returned. Said Bubba. Hold on, there's more. No, that's it. So I just, I know, I had to share that with you, silly as that is. So, as to what else is going on, let's see, rehearsals are going pretty good. We are doing our first speed read-through tomorrow. We did our first full read-through on Friday. We do our first speed read-through tomorrow, which I'm assuming we're going to at least get a couple of a couple of read-throughs of it tomorrow, so I don't know what that means, whether we're going to go extremely fast but not going to change sets or what. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm having an absolutely great time doing this play. Last night, Beth and I and Duncan went up to see Biloxi Blues. I think I told you about that. It was a great show. I really enjoyed it. Some really good actors. And now that I'm in a play, I'm developing at least a more complex appreciation for theater. And then afterwards we went out for some dessert at this place in swanky uptown Minneapolis. And they were so swanky, in fact, that they had poutine on their menu. If you don't know what poutine is, Poutine, I would recommend looking it up on the internet. So anyway, poutine, Poutine. Oh gosh, what else is happening down here? God, I don't know. Monday, another week. Well, how's your building going? You know, you said in your last 4 videos, I think you were complaining vehemently, and you felt like all you did was complain. And I am comfortable enough knowing that all you do is not complain. That there's more to that. So don't worry about it. Complain all you want. I don't mind. Because A, it does two things. One, if it makes you feel better, great. It makes me feel better because I realize that my life can't be nearly as bad as your life is, because obviously it sucks. But really, it's that's not it. You know, complain all you want. I don't mind. The other thing is you were talking about when Sarah had come in to tell you you're a bad dad, and that the reason, I think it was you said Carew quit soccer, was because of whatever, your pressure, or I don't know, whatever it was. And actually there's something that I've been meaning to tell you all these many years. Well, let's see, how old am I? I'm 41. 23 years ago, and that is I didn't actually injure my knee, which caused me to stop playing soccer. That was actually all a very complex and fabricated ruse. What actually happened was you put too much pressure on me, and I ended up quitting. I couldn't stand it. So, that's the sad truth, and I wanted to share that with you. You bastard. So, on a brighter note, it's been lovely here, 60-degree days. Yesterday morning, Dwayne and Clay and I went out and played frisbee golf up at St. Mary's. November, 7th, 8th, 7th, I guess. And I was playing barefooted. It was awesome. So it was wonderful. And we played, I think, 27 holes yesterday. And then we get up to Minneapolis, and I'm sitting there in the theater, and I'm thinking, damn, my heel hurts. And I thought, I have a plantar for it on my right heel. I thought maybe it was that. And I pulled my sock off in the theater, and I probably should have waited till intermission, but anyway, I pulled my sock off and looked and could see a spot there, like maybe I had picked up a thorn or a splinter or something. Anyway, so this morning, after I finally woke up, Dave had an 18-gauge hypodermic, so I was able to dig around with that, grab some tweezers, and finally got it out. And what it was a small piece of broken beer bottle that had, really small. Let's see, how small? Well, small. And anyway, I'm guessing I had picked it up in the heel and didn't notice it because it didn't go in very deep, and also because I wasn't really walking on my heel much, out walking barefooted. And then yesterday, then as I wore shoes and was walking around with my dress shoes on, more and more, it was working its way up until finally it hit the nerves, and it hurt, man. So anyway, got that out. So, but it's been very pleasant here. It's going to be another busy week. We're coming up to Thanksgiving. I got to work hard this week. So, well, I guess I'm going to go back and watch a little Dallas-Philadelphia game. Dallas is up 7-0, by the way. And and the other thing is you were talking about soccer in your last video, and you had asked if I had known you were a big soccer fan. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you follow the LA Galaxy. And that's, you learn new things about your friends all the time.